Hi students, greetings of the day. Today I'm going to introduce one of our old students, Mr. Akash Halvi, who is now working at Dell. He is a dual qualified. He qualified both CA and CMA, and he grabbed All India 37th rank at CMA final level, and also he grabbed All India 27th rank at CMA inter level. Right now he is working at Dell. So here I wanted to tell you one very important thing. That is, getting a rank at CA or CMA courses is a added advantage. It is a bonus. But still, if you don't get a rank, there is no problem. If you just qualify, definitely you will find lot of wonderful opportunities. Now, let us talk with Mr. Akash Halvi and let us know some valuable insights of his journey in doing CA and CMA course. And also let us draw a lot of inspiration from Mr. Akash Halvi by interacting with him. So let us start the interview. Hello, Mr. Akash Halvi. How are you?
I am good, sir. Very good. Thank you. So it was a very good introduction about me. Thanks for all the insights you have given about me.
Yeah, definitely you deserve it, Mr. Akash. Now, Akash,
Thank
where
you.
do you hail from? Where is your native place?
So my native place is in Adoni. So it's in Kurnool district, Andhra Pradesh. So I have been born and brought up here. So it was very good place for me. Thanks.
Mr. Akash, what are the names of your parents?
So my father's name is Nagaraj Shetty Halvi, and my mother is Bharati Halvi. So my father is a businessman. So and my mother is a housewife.
So, what is your father and what is the role played by your parents in your success, Mr. Akash?
Okay. So that is definitely an interesting and a proud question for me. So my father is a businessman. So he is in my native place only. He's doing his business. So the role played by my parents in my growth is always the in the first position. So because they were the only reason because which who supported me in the contribution of all these things. Like whenever I wanted to do CA, they were the first people who always supported me. They did not argue anything saying that why you want to do that course or something like that. So they were the always so I can just say that they have played an important role in my success.
Source of inspiration to you. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, thank you.
Mr. Akash, coming from a middle class family, have you ever thought that CA course is affordable to you?
So initially, before joining, I had mixed conceptions. So a couple of people were saying that CA is a very good course. Once you qualify in this course, you will start earning like good amount of money in this course, and you will also get settled in this. But there are other set of people also who used to come to me and say that like, so this is not the course you wanted to do because people I have seen people doing the CA course and they have stopped doing it. But definitely after joining, I had with a positive mind, I have joined this course saying that I wanted to clear this course. So there was only one goal in my mind. So I have to clear CA and I have to come out of it with flying colors and do achieve whatever I wanted to do. So that was the only thing which I had it in my mind. And at a later point of time, I joined this course. And after joining this course, there were people again. Like I felt like a lot of competition is there here, but not only in the institute level, not only in the district level, not in the state level. Like on a national level, everyone is using the same paper to write the examination, and even the results are given on a national level. The ranks are also restricted to 50 people. So there were a lot of things which were involved in this. But definitely after like going through it like after having multiple coaching study hours, like multiple things were there, so which added confidence in me to that I all at the final stage I got into confidence that I can clear this CA course, and like whatever I wanted to achieve, I can achieve that.
Yeah, that's a fantastic answer, Mr. Akash.
Thank
And
you.
that will be very much useful to the students to draw a lot of inspiration from your answer.
Exactly.
Mr. Akash,
Thank you.
how much money did you spend to complete CA and CMA together, excluding the hostel fee? I mean, only for coaching and registration, how much money did you spend?
So actually, I think I joined my CA course in 2014. I am I am a batch of 2012 to 14 intermediate. So after that, I have started like the CGPT or IPCC or whatever it is. So actually, Mastermind had a option of joining SSP. So in this SSP, I have actually paid 1,10,000 from the beginning of my CA course till the end of my CA course. Like only for the coaching portion of it, everything is covered in this. So I have actually taken it. I have spent 1,10,000 for my CA course.
Yeah, that's a very good thing. And how much did you earn during your articleship? I hope that you have earned all the money that you spent for CA course during your articleship itself.
Yes, definitely. I can say that whatever I have spent, I have earned it because in the first year of articles, so there is a new rule which has been notification which has been released by ICAA with the revised plans of internship. But since I was previous to that notification, I was earning 4,000 rupees in the first year, say 5,000 rupees in the second year, and 6,000 rupees in the third year. But even if I total it together, I have actually earned more than what I have paid.
And where are you working now, and what is your current designation?
So my current role is I was recruited into the campus. So I am working in Dell Technologies. So my role is senior analyst. So we are part of our finance background. So wherein we handle the global accounting portion of the entire Dell Technologies.
Yeah, that's a very good job profile, Mr. Akash.
Thank you.
And generally, what are the salary trends to the people working in corporate sector once they complete their professional courses like CA and CMA?
Yeah. So this is definitely an interesting question. I mean, people will actually be very confused about what we earn or what we expect from the market. So the expectation of the market changes from demand and supply. For example, if more people are qualified, so and there are already people who are waiting for people to take up, so the demand will be more. But usually, you can always expect like 7 lakhs to 12 lakhs is a basic range of initial salary what they can minimum expect from the CA course after they qualify.
Yeah. Mr. Akash, now you are working at Dell. Is this your first job?
Yes, I was recruited in campus and I have been in this company for like past 3 years. So this is my first job. So I have been in this company for 3 years.
Yeah, that's very good. So you're a very loyal employee to the company, Mr. Akash. I hope so.
Yes,
Right.
thank you.
And how many companies did you attend in campus placement, Mr. Akash?
In campus interview, I actually there were multiple things. Like what will happen, there will be usually 3 or 4 days which will be assigned, and on the first day there was entity data and Dell Technologies, two companies were there, and on the second day there was another company which was lined up for me. So luckily I got placed in the first day of the campus itself, so I have attended two uh, companies and I was recruited in one of them.
Yeah, that's great, Mr. Akash. And Akash, I
Thank you.
wanted to ask a very interesting question to you that may be very much helpful to the students who are aspiring to enter into the corporate world once they complete their professional courses like CA and CMA. The question straight away to you is, what are the prerequisites for students to grab jobs in the campus placements or to get jobs in the campus placement
Okay.
apart from the professional
Okay.
knowledge they are having? So what are the skills they require, Mr. Akash?
So definitely there will be companies who expect a lot of things from you. Like couple of people expect communication skills to be like very perfect about you. Like for example, if you are going to a company and giving the interview about them, so they should get a feeling that you are interested in that company. So in that way, like you have to understand about what is a company structure, what is a business the company is involved in. So these are some things which you have to be understanding about you. And one more important thing is whatever you have worked on, so that you should be like pretty confident about you. Like for example, you know about accounting standards. If you wanted to say about accounting standards, they will not say that you tell about XYZ accounting standard, XYZ accounting standard. So they will always say you that they will only ask you to pick a accounting standard in which you are comfortable. So before going there, you should be very confident. You should pick up accounting standard wherein you should be knowing from the beginning to the ending of it. Like even if they put into a different scenario altogether, you should be able to answer that scenario. So that is something which I which is something which people don't know about it. And definitely knowing about the company and the communication skills are the additional aspects other than the professional qualification what you have.
Yeah, that's a very good answer, Mr. Akash, because this answer will be quite helpful to the students to just plan their skill set before entering the campus placements. And
So
Mr. Akash, have you done any post qualification courses after completion of your C and CMA, like IFRS or some certification course in information systems audit or such kind of
yes.
courses have you pursued?
Yes, I have actually started my diploma in information and system audit. So I have completed the eligibility test to till time. So I think in the December I will be having the final assessment test. So I will be writing that exam, after which I will be a certified information system auditor. So
Akash, there
this is
is
the one thing
one,
which I have.
yeah, Akash, there is one very interesting thing in your profile. That is, you have pursued CMA along with CA.
Yes,
So,
yes.
do you think that doing CMA along with CA is a beneficial thing, is a good thing, and that will definitely add a flavor to your career?
Yes, yes. So when I started taking up the CMA, so I was in a confusion whether to start CMA or whether not to start CMA. And a couple of my friends have started doing it. So after looking at it, like I thought, let me give it a try. It's okay. Like so, anyways, I'm giving a CA. Even so, that will be like a side by side thing only. So when I started doing for CMA, I did not see any benefits as such. But definitely after I qualified, now I can see a lot of change in people seeing in me. Like for example, they will see that I am a dual qualified, wherein I have not even put in like extra 20% effort what I have put in for the CA. So giving that 20% extra effort for an additional course for a 1 month course, I mean, after examinations I have started doing it. So wherever you wanted to cover it, for example, the syllabus mostly you will always cover in CA fine, CA inter or CA final. But just that the additional portion whatever we have, like there will be some things which you need to interact from a CMS point of view. So after joining, I mean, after I have qualified, definitely I am seeing like lot of benefits from it. Like people even in the interview, so they will expect a lot of from you because you are already dual qualified. So people will be ready to take up uh, you because you have two different concepts. Like you know from the accounting point of view, which is a chartered accountancy course, and you also know about cost audit side of it, like which is a cost accountancy course. So that side of it, so people will be able to recruit you or better.
So that is also a very insightful answer, Mr. Akash, because many students get a lot of confusion whether to choose CMA while they are doing CA. But definitely, it will be an added advantage, a value addition to their career, and they
Yes,
find better
yes,
opportunities once they enter into the corporate world. And Mr. Akash,
correct.
so finally, do you suggest students to pursue CMA along with CA? What is your
Uh,
recommendation?
yes, definitely. I suggest them to take up. So initially, actually, masterminds only started giving us the coaching for all of this CMA course and all. So uh, we were thinking whether it is required or not. But definitely, I suggest if you are getting an opportunity to enter the CMA course along with your CA course, I prefer you guys to take up along with it.
Yeah. Akash, now just going back to the basics, can you briefly explain about your schooling, where you have done your schooling?
So yes, sure. So in my native place only. So I have been in Narayana Techno School. So initially I used to be till eighth class. I have been doing in my local school, Milton Grammar English Medium School. And at a later point of time, I have joined. I had a different plans altogether. I did not wanted to join the CA course. So to be frank, I did not know what is CA course before I was joining. So I came to Narayana school because I thought that I wanted to do an IIT, and then I joined Narayana, and then I completed all of this. And at a later point of time, after I completed my 10th class, so my one of my teachers suggested me to start with CA course. He explained me what is CA course, So what are the benefits which we have after CA course? Like whatever insights which we have. I mean, many people will not have that conceptual idea about how the CA works, what is CA. So these are some things one of the teacher has suggested me. So after they have suggested me, I started with the market understanding which is the best institute to go with and to start with our career with a CA course. And then many people suggested me masterminds. So that is how I landed in masterminds and I started my CA career.
So you're very lucky, Mr. Akash, because you find a very good mentor at a early stage who guided you
Exactly.
the right path, and
Yes.
also you have landed in the right platform to build up your career. So
True.
in this
True.
context, you are very lucky, Mr. Akash.
Thank you. Thank
And
you, sir.
how many marks did you score at your class 10, Mr. Akash?
In class 10th, I think that was the first attempt where the grading system was introduced for 10th class. So 2012 was the first batch, and I have secured 9.7 out of 10. So
Yeah. So definitely that was a good score, and you scored well at your 10th class. So at that time, I think there was a lot of pressure on you because choosing between engineering and chartered accountancy, because majority of the mainstream students, they wanted to enroll for engineering or medicine. So definitely you are a different nut among the things, and definitely you have chosen the CA stream. So do you think that you have taken a wise decision at the time, or do you
yes,
repent for it?
yes, definitely. I am proud of myself at least today because I have selected the right course at the correct age. So, for example, maybe people are there where they still struggle about taking a decision. Like they will say that let me take an MPC. After taking an MPC, let me think about it after later point of time. But that is not the correct way. So, deciding what you wanted to do after your 10th will be the correct situation because you will get a good foundation after this. Like if you get a good foundation based on that only, you will be able to grow your buildings at a better stage. So if you don't have a better foundation, the building will collapse at a later point of time. So I don't want some people to be confused about it. If they are sure about it, so don't think about how you are capable of what you can do. Just think and believe in yourself what you can do. So there are a couple of people who are like when I joined my CA course, there were again toppers. Like there were people who have secured 9.8, who have secured 10 points as well. So who are definitely a competition for you. But looking at it, don't feel like you will be not able to be qualified. So you will, if you put in right efforts with a correct planning and dedication, you will always be able to achieve that in better stage.
Yeah, Mr. Akash, you're very expressive, and you're just sharing very valuable insights so that students can draw a lot of inspiration and insights from your interview.
Thank
And
you.
I especially appreciate for that, Mr. Akash.
Thank you, sir.
And Akash, where did you pursue your plus two intermediate?
So intermediate, I mean, from the beginning of my intermediate course, I have started with masterminds itself. So in the Guntur campus, I have been taken an admission, and then from there, I have started my CA course. Like with the intermediate only, they have started teaching me the CPT. I mean, the foundations of the CPT. Now it is called the CA foundation.
Yeah.
Previously, it was called the CPT. So we used to get the foundation from the beginning of our intercourse. So that was an added advantage because of which I was able to take up the CPT examinations right after my intermediate. Like, so I have completed the intermediate examinations in the March course, and then I had a benefit of giving an attempt in the June because I was well prepared about what is coming up for me.
Because actually that is the right time to start with for CA, because
Yes, yes,
uh, plus one is the right time.
correct,
And
correct.
definitely someone, the mentors have really made your career, made your path very good, Mr. Akash, and you
Thank
should
you.
be very much thankful for your mentors. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And Akash, how much did you score at your CPT level?
In CPT level, I have scored 184 out of 200.
Yeah, that's a very fantastic mark.
Yes, sir.
And did you get any rank at that time at the CPT
No.
level?
So when my attempt was there, 197 was the first rank. So
Yeah.
because of which I did not secure any rank in my attempt. So But usually, 184 is a good mark to secure a rank in CA foundation level, I feel.
Mr. Akash, why do you choose masterminds again for IPCC? Because once you complete your CPT, you have a lot of avenues open, and you might have thought about joining in other institutes. Then, what made you to join for IPCC again in masterminds at
So
that
there were
time?
couple of reasons why I have taken up this masterminds. So one, I was already used to it because I have already taken up an intermediate course there. So I know how the management works, how the people will interact, what are the schedule, why, how the institute plans. So that was already in my mind. So if I go to a new institute, this is something which I have to cope up again. So that was the one of the reason. And second thing was I like the way masterminds interact with the people, like so conducting the study hours and then giving them a schedule, and weekly you will be given an opportunity to give two examinations, one for the group one and one for the group two, so wherein you never feel like you are lost somewhere. So every time you will be writing an examination which will actually give you a writing practice for your final examinations. So this is something which I liked in masterminds, and I did not had plans of going anywhere because of these two reasons.
Yeah. You have said it perfectly, Mr. Akash, because Masterminds is very famous for the strength of its academic program.
Correct.
It is a scientifically driven, scientifically made and result-oriented academic program. So definitely going to give good results to the students.
Correct.
And have you attempted both groups of IPCC at the same time?
Yes, I have given the both groups of the IPCC at the same time, and I have qualified in the first attempt itself.
Yeah. And do you remember how much did you score at your IPCC level?
I think around somewhere around 445 out of 800.
And
Sorry,
again,
700. It was seven subjects at that point of time. So I
okay.
got 445 out of 700.
That's again a very good score. Mr. Akash, do you remember in which batch did you join? In the pre-results batch or the post-results batch?
For IPCC,
Yeah,
I was in pre-results batch. Yes, I remember.
yeah,
I was in
that made
pre-results.
a very wise decision.
Yes.
Akash, I hope at every step of your career you are very wise and you have taken a very wise decision. Right.
It's all
And
about the guidance what I get from the mentors available.
yeah, yeah. And generally, there is a tendency among the students that they feel joining in the pre-results batch is a waste of time. And what do you suggest to them?
So definitely, so for example, you should see the opportunity cost of not joining the pre-results batch. So for example, if you don't join the pre-results batch, what you will be doing at home? This is something you have to evaluate yourself. So for example, if you join the pre-results batch and for bad reason, I mean, I don't wanted to say this, but luckily you did not qualify. So the insights or whatever coaching you have got definitely will not be lost anywhere. So that will be an additional benefit. So for example, this you will qualify in this attempt. So in after this attempt, even if you join the at a later point of time, or you wanted to decide or whatever you wanted to, that the coaching whatever you got previously will help you now, because you already know about what how the IPCC works. I mean, in case of the IPCC, how IPCC works, what is the different types of subjects which are involved in this. So these are something which will not get lost anywhere. So I don't feel like not joining pre-results batch will be an additional thing for anyone.
Yeah, that is definitely a fantastic and a very wise answer, because many students will have a dilemma whether to enroll for pre-results or post-results. But joining in the pre-results always will have a edge over joining
True.
in the post-results, because they find lot of time to prepare for the final examinations
Exactly.
once they
Exactly.
qualify at CA foundation level.
Correct.
If not, what you said is right. They never lose the things. They never lose the content what they get.
Correct.
Yeah, definitely that is a very good answer. And Mr. Akash, where did you do your articleship?
I have done my articleship in Bangalore, Paswangudi. SSB and Associates is a firm name. So I have done my complete articleship in my Bangalore itself.
Yeah. Akash, there is a lot of discussion in the arena of CA courses that it is always a very good idea and it is always better to do articleship in Big Four.
Mhm.
So, what is your opinion? Whether joining in Big Four for articleship is advised or in a mid-sized firm is advised? And what are the pros and cons of the both joining in a Big Four or joining in a mid-sized firm?
Okay. So I will definitely say the pros and cons of both of them. So for any person, money will be something which they will be looking at. So that is the reason Big Four is something which is known for it. I mean, definitely they pay more compared to what they pay for in a mid-sized firm. So that is one of the pro for Big Four, and that is a con for mid-sized firm because they pay less when compared to the Big Four. But in terms of learning or gaining the experience relating to
Especially
uh,
exposure.
exactly in terms of the exposure, Big Four give you an exposure, high exposure in a small quantity. But however, in mid-sized firm, even the companies or the firms, whatever you handle are smaller ones, you get a complete exposure of what happens there. I mean, you will get a exposure of how the business works, what are the types of activities which are running. For example, in terms of filing an income tax return, doing how the business works, the payroll, how the payroll works, how the AR works, AAP works. Like these are something which you get complete exposure in a mid-sized firm. So in terms of so when you are in articles, I don't suggest people looking at the money aspect. So money aspect is something which you will get today or not tomorrow. So but definitely learning on the knowledge is something which you are which is very important for any person, and mid-size from gives you a lot from that.
Yeah, that is again a very wonderful answer from you, Mr. Akash, which will be very much helpful for the students to gain. I think it is a concept of depth and breadth, where at Big Four you will have depth and but the breadth is very
Very
less. Yeah,
less, yes, correct,
yeah,
correct.
that's a very fantastic answer, Mr. Akash. And again, we wanted to hear from you a very valuable insight, being an experienced one. Do you suggest students attending articleship after completion of a single group at CA inter level?
uh, it again depends upon the individual perspective. Like people will be comfortable, so but there will be time. So articleship is not something like you will be completely stretched over like from the morning to evening. So this is something people don't suggest them. Like uh, people, there are people again, like if you ask me personally, I may, looking at an individual perspective, I may suggest them to take up the articleship immediately after CA course, I mean group one. And even I may suggest, I may not suggest them because based on their capabilities. So but if someone is capable of completing, so I suggest them to come to a articleship post their group one. But it's always better to complete the entire intermediate IPCC or intermediate course,
Yeah,
and then come up
because
to the, they'll get lesser time for preparation. I have seen people like they would have, if they have not joined the articleship, they would have completed the second group of IPCC in one attempt. So whereas they have took multiple attempts because they did not get the time for preparation.
yeah, exactly. Because see, once you complete your CA Inter or CA Inter before joining the articleship, the confidence levels will be different, and
Correct.
definitely you can concentrate more on the practical work what you're learning over there.
Yes. Yes.
Because if you don't complete, this thing always lingers in your mind that you have to complete group two, and that may build up some pressure on the student.
True. True.
Yeah, definitely. Now, uh, you're a student of masterminds from MEC
Correct.
to almost see a final. So, what is the role of masterminds in your success, Mr. Akash? Because you
So
are the right person to tell, because you're a student who completed end-to-end course in masterminds.
true. Definitely. So maybe people will have a conception that institute will not contribute anything in their individual contribution, but I don't agree with that answer because so there is something who always there at any point of time any person needs the guidance or the route plan of what they want. For example, if you study, I mean, in a self basis, and if you take your coaching in a personal basis, and then you understand the concepts and you wanted to give an attempt, you don't know which topic you wanted to start off. Like preparation, also there are a couple of things. Like for example, if you take the income tax matters, you cannot directly jump into the capital gain or the PGPP chapters and try to understand it. So before that, you need to understand what is the residential status of a particular person. So this is something like, so going into a correct route is something which is definitely required. So for example, if you go into the highway, so there is always a straight road which you can take up. But if you go to some small streets, there are always like left and right turns which needs to be taken. If you don't know which left, which right you need to take up, finally you may end up taking up more time to complete to reach your final destination. So masterminds is something which has given me that. So the schedule is like too expressive. For example, when I say expressive, it says me that in terms of income tax. So what are the some things which you need to start off, where you need to end? And if you come to the like some other accounting as well, even accounting has the basics of it. Even it has a complex chapters of it. Like so, with which topic you need to start off, which topic you need to end on, is something which definitely masterminds have contributed in learning in my personal career.
Mr. Akash, actually, any institute, it provides an ecosystem uh, which a student can feel comfortable and
True,
study well. And
true.
especially, it all depends on the academic program,
Yes, yes,
how beautiful, how well they make the academic program.
yes,
And
yes,
that is definitely going to be a very big advantage to the student. Of
yes.
course, as you said, a student can also prepare on his own, but it may take a lot of time.
Lot of
And once he is into a perfect place, definitely he will be into a very good ecosystem so
exactly
that he can flourish in a better manner.
true.
Yeah. Akash, you have chosen masterminds for study hours
Mhm.
at CA final level. So, what is the speciality about it? Do you find anything unique about study hours and revision exams that are being conducted at masterminds at CA final level?
So in terms of uniqueness, I cannot answer because I have only seen the masterminds. So uniqueness is something which I cannot express, but definitely like there were a couple of things like in terms of scheduling the timings of starting to the ending. So in terms of when you wanted to study a particular topic, so where you wanted to study, so after which topic you wanted to study. Schedule is something which was excellently designed for us. So that schedule actually helped us in preparing ourselves, like what is the topic which we need to write, start on and the end on. So these were some things which definitely help masterminds help me. And luckily, what has actually happened, since I have completed my IPCC in masterminds, so it was the same kind of experience or the environment which was created. So there was not no change in the type of experience even if I come after 3 years of my completing the IPCC. So that was one additional thing which I can think of, which be additional because I already know what happens if you attempt as a particular thing in a wrong way. So that there will be people coming up with a paper saying that this is what you have mistaken. So and then after suggested answer, you can just verify them what is the after the examination, after you get the paper, you can always compare yourself how you are attempting, where you are lacking, and you can always note down those points, and then those pointers you can always work on yourself in building yourself to achieve your greater heights.
And Mr. Akash, I wanted to ask one very interesting question. Now you're a qualified chartered accountant and a qualified cost accountant. So at any point of time, have you ever repented or have you had any second thoughts that why I came into this stream? If I have done some other stream, I might have get very good career. So do you have such kind of thought process any time in your life?
No, no, not even today. So even after I have seen a couple of my school friends were there who are doing, I mean, who started with the engineering, or they have a couple of people who have taken up the MBBS course also. Like at least looking at me compared to them, I feel very lucky because I am getting very good pay compared to them, and even I started earning much more before than them. So that is these two things will never tell me regret that. I haven't taken the CA course, so there was no regret about it.
Yeah, so no regrets, all happies,
All
right?
happy.
Yeah. So another very useful question to all the students, and also we want to hear from you. Did you ever give up watching TV or social media while preparing for CA course, especially at CA final level?
Not completely giving up. So there is always the time. Like for example, so there is something which always mind needs a relaxation. So mind cannot always expect working on like a machine. So mind also wants a relaxation. So watching TV, definitely I have given up. So using the social media, I think 90% of it I have reduced. I have used the 10% of it only for so knowing any amendments, something
To
relating to the
update yourself. Yeah.
update your I did update myself to use it on an emergency purpose, like to contact somebody very important or something like that. So only for those purpose, but not for entertainment. Definitely not for the entertainment portion. And movies, hardly in like complete 4 months, monthly once I have maybe I would have watched, but just that was only for the relaxation. And when I feel like I am comfortable of giving the next paper whatever I have in that week, so only that week I would have gone, but not other than that. But majorly I have given up most of.
Right. So, Mr. Akash, what is your vision in life down the line after 10 years or 20 years? What do you want to become in life? Do you have any entrepreneurial ideas? Do you want to start any startup, or you want to build up your career in the corporate ladder and reach to the positions of CFO or like that? So, what actually you want to become in life, Mr.
So
Akash?
personally, I actually wanted to complete my I wanted to build a exposure about how the business works or something like that. So because of which I have been landed in the corporate world. Now after knowing the insights about how the business works, what is the end to end of it or something like that. So maybe in articleship I have got an exposure from an auditor point of view, but I have never got an exposure from the company point of view. So this is something which I am gaining right now. So after I get a good exposure, I actually wanted to open my CF firm. So with some of my friends, so we wanted to partner in ourselves, and then we wanted to open a firm wherein we start our end-to-end activities for relating to the proficiency course. And then at a later point of time, we also wanted to do business, but I'm not sure where it ends. But definitely, this is something which I am looking at right now.
And we also wish that you will be successful in all your future endeavors, Mr. Akash.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And one very important question, Akash. If I ask you straight away, what is your success secret? What is your gut feeling and what is your gut answer? What is your success secret? Because always there will be something everyone makes very serious about, and they feel that this is my success secret. So, what what do you feel the secret behind your success? Can you share with us?
So secret about myself is something believing in myself. So believing in myself, I never gave up. So but that was only one reason. So I always had it in mind. So I used to not achieve a larger goal all of a sudden. I used to break that larger goal into multiple small goals. Like for example, even if I wanted to complete an entire chapter relating to SFM or financial management, I don't plan it like in 10 days I want to complete the entire syllabus of SFM. So I used to target like in the next 1 or 2 days I have to complete my this chapter and then next chapter. So this is something like, yeah, when you see a big chunk of mountain, you'll always be afraid of like whether
Yes,
I will be
yes.
able to reach that final goal, whatever I am able to see at the top of the mountain. But if you make sure, for example, if you break down that mountain into 10 parts, and if you want to climb just 100 steps, it will not look like 100 steps is not a bigger thing for you. So breaking that higher goal into smaller goals was one of the major success tips which helped me a lot in my success.
Actually, that is what we say. We need to have smart goals, specific, measurable, achievable,
Correct.
realistic, and time bounded. I think
Correct.
you have followed that principle either knowingly or unknowingly,
Yes.
and
Yes.
definitely that has yielded good results to you.
Thanks.
Right. Mr. Akash, one last question to you. What is your advice to the students who
Mhm.
wants to pursue either CA or CMA course?
Okay. So, so definitely something. I mean, so this is for students definitely. So, students, since you have already opted in or dived in into this course, so I not suggest you to take a step back. So you have already a good. I can at least assure you that you have got a good management or the people who can guide you in a better way. Maybe sometimes they will be sometimes the decisions what they have taken may look harsh for you, but always they will be like very good for you. Like at a later point of time you will understand why they have suggested you that. Like maybe, so for example, you wanted to read a different topic, they have come up and told you that you wanted to read this topic, which is not this subject which is not which will not feel good sometimes, but definitely that is something which you should follow yourself. So some things which you are not aware of, there are a lot of things like some things like how you wanted to interact, how you wanted to goal. Masterminds is something which has a lot of experience in it, like it was established like quite before, and this has gained an experience. Like having an institute with a lot of experience, with a lot of good faculty and good management, is something very rare to find. But at least I feel very proud to say that I have completed my all course in the masterminds, and this is something which you should also complete doing it. Like at any point of time you may feel like why masterminds, why not the other course? And you, once you dive into some other course, I mean some other institute, you will understand like what is the difference between how masterminds are working or the other institute of work. So maybe they sometimes they may be good, sometimes this may be good, but definitely once you have chosen it, never try to think about something else. So once you have taken it, make sure you complete it in the right path. So it's not about people who have not qualified, it's about people who have qualified. So masterminds has given a good results. Like there are a couple of my friends as well who has already done the masterminds, and they have also completed their course in the masterminds. So starting with the masterminds is not a wrong decision, definitely. But if you have joined one institute and if you end up doing a different, end up in a different set altogether, so then that will be one major mistake I can say. But you can always find people who has taken some other institute where they have qualified. But there are also people who has taken the masterminds who has also qualified. Right? You can always compare this and that. So what is an advantage of going there? What is the advantage of being here? So this is something which you have to evaluate yourself. So, and this is something which will help you. But at any point of time, if you have any doubts, you can always reach out to the management or the lecturers, whatever you have. That is something I always did. Like why one advantage what we had was the in always the study hours also people, lecturers used to come to us. So where we used to clarify our doubts. So this is something which is an advantage not only in the classes but also in the study hours. The lecturers are coming to you and then explaining about how it works or how you need to tackle anything. So but I mean, make sure whatever step you take, it is not going for waste. So evaluate yourself, talk to the people who are experienced in this field, and take a right decision.
Very good answer, Mr. Akash. And you're very expressive, and I hope in future you'll become a corporate mentor, mentoring some hundreds of people and corporate executives. And you have that capabilities, Mr. Akash.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah. All the best, Akash. Talking to you is very enterprising. Talking to you is very good, and we have definitely drawn a lot of insights from you, and I hope all our students will also take advantage of it.
Okay.
And finally, I wish that all your dreams in future will come true by God's grace, Mr. Akash.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thanks talking to you.
It was my proud to take give an interview to an institute where I have qualified. So that was also a proud moment
Definitely.
for me. Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah. Okay, students. Now you have seen the interaction with Mr. Akash Halvi, who is very expressive and shared very valuable insights to all of us. And finally, I wanted to tell you that don't join masterminds just by looking at the ranks, but look at our commitment. Look at the strength of our academic program. Look at our commitment to the academic program, our materials, our experience in shaping the lives of many chartered accountants and cost accountants. So these are all things you have to take into account while taking an admission into masterminds. And I hope definitely you will take a right decision and shape your career in a better manner. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Akash, once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.